Hi, this is Jean Robin, journalist, publisher and soldier of Christ. Dear Mr. Trump, dear President of the United States, I'm talking to you today regarding a tweet that you sent concerning my country, France, which is not France anymore, like you said yourself during your brilliant campaign. And that's why I need to address you as a free French guy who lives in the free France part of the world, i.e. Polynesia, French Polynesia, where there's no Islam and no European Union. In your tweet, you said that the policeman Arnaud Beltrame was a hero. So you congratulated Macron for his work, but let me tell you, he's the one responsible for this act of terrorism. He's responsible, just like all the other so-called French presidents since Mitterrand and even before him, of the Islamization of France and the fact that France is not France anymore, like you said yourself again. So we admired you, I mean the French patriots, during your campaign. And when you said, for example, very courageously, that John McCain was not a war hero because he was captured, remember? Well, this gendarme is in the very same position as John McCain, and that's why he's not a hero, because he suicided himself. He committed suicide. He exchanged himself with a woman that was held hostage, as you said in your tweet. And this is not the behavior of a hero. I know you said this because you have your own interest as the President of the United States. I understand this and I respect it. But just like you said during your own campaign for your own country that he's not a war hero, John McCain, that is, Arnaud Beltrame is not a war hero for us French, free French, because for many reasons, but mostly he protected this oligarchy for the past 20 years. And so in France now, since France is not France anymore, like you said, you have people like me who said this government is certainly legal, but it's not France. It's been elected by Muslims, it's been elected by some forces from above, and not according to the French people, talking about the EU mostly. So I want to tell you now, on this occasion, since you're going to receive our president, so-called president, in your country, Macron today is like Pétain during the Second World War, and I advise you not to make the same mistake as Franklin Delano Roosevelt did with Pétain. He stayed in contact with Pétain for the whole war almost, until de Gaulle was elected, or called the French president. But it was in the interest of the United States to be in touch with de Gaulle, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt didn't want this. He held Pétain, so the guy who was close to the Nazis, instead of de Gaulle, who was the real French, free French guy, representative. And so today you have the same choice in front of you. And I may be the first one to tell you that. Because, just like in 1940, France is under attack, France is occupied by the Muslims instead of the Nazis, but we're under occupation, and therefore the French people are not free anymore, and the person you will receive is not the right French president, okay? Now, I cannot blame you for this, because we French didn't organize ourselves yet as a new free government of the French people. But we're going to do this in the weeks and the months to come. And then I hope you will be able to see it through the propaganda, and be coherent with what you said during your campaign, i.e. France is not France anymore. If France is not France anymore, there is a reason for this. And the reason is that France is occupied. And it may be not as spectacular as in 1940 when we lost the war, because it spreads among many months and years, but still the same result. So I'm talking to you and through you to the American people that I want to reach with this message, so that they understand what's going on in my country, and not just in my country, but in all of Europe, which basically is the same situation, except maybe with Eastern European states, where they are still a bit free, even though they are under the European Union. So you received that CPAC a few weeks ago, Marion Maréchal Le Pen, and I already made a video in English and in French that I recommend to you if you didn't see it, where I explained that Marion Maréchal Le Pen is not the solution to this country. She's part of the oligarchy, since she is part of the family Le Pen and of the Front National. So that's her only goal, is to become Macron, to replace Macron. But there are no more elections in France. It's not a free country anymore. There are no more elections. We import hundreds of thousands of new migrants every year who vote for the left and the extreme left. So it's impossible to fight this. And even the right is not the right anymore. It's defending left. And even the Front National is neo-communist, neo-Marxist. And I'm very surprised to see that Steve Bannon joined Front National a few weeks ago during one of their meetings. This guy is a traitor. He spoke against you and your interests, so you know what I'm talking about. And so since he was excluded from the United States and ashamed and lost his honor, now he comes to France. Well, traitors come to traitors. Well, I won't be any longer. So I thank you for your attention, and I'll speak to you later, hopefully. Goodbye, Mr. President.